Hello everybody, my name is Patricia. I'm a first-generation Beatles fan. This channel is called A Little Beatles Corner. Today's video will be showing you all of the January 2025 Beatle purchases that I made. And as usual, there's more than I probably should have bought, but I guess life's too short to worry about it. So I hope you enjoy what I am going to show you. If you have any comments about the prices I paid or what I bought, or if you have any information on anything that I did buy that I don't know about, which is always the case, I would appreciate that too. I do want to thank everybody who has subscribed or has watched any of the videos on this channel. This channel is just a year old now, and it's actually grown a little bit since the Beatles vinyl tag, and I appreciate all of the people who had channels who spent their time actually doing the tag, which helped push it forward and help highlight this channel a little bit more. You know, you guys are you guys are the best, and I want to thank everybody new or old who has subscribed and or watched anything. Your support has been great, and I hope we can have a good time in the all year long. So thank you. Now, before I do get started on what I'm going to show you, which is all of the 2025 January purchases, which are all CDs and vinyl this month, I just want to take a short pause and just show you this, because I got this as a surprise present from somebody who watches the channel. His name is Bill Bynum. And he surprised me by sending this poster, and I can't tell him how much I am so appreciative of it, because I didn't have this poster. I always wanted this poster, and he must have read my mind or had mental telepathy or something, because this is such a great present. I can't tell him how much I really like this present, because I really wanted this poster. So thank you so much, Bill. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate your friendship. So, all right. So moving along now, I'm going to start with the CDs. So the first one I got, of course, was the Ringo Look Up CD. I've listened to the CD twice, and it's a pretty good CD. I wouldn't say it's country music at all, but it's got a lot of catchy tunes, so it's good to listen to, and his voice is really good. So it's a worthwhile CD overall, and I'm happy to have it. Now, I might buy a vinyl in the future. I'm still on the fence about it, but knowing me, I'll wind up with one or another. All right, so that's the Ringo CD. Now, I bought 4 other CDs, and I bought them from one particular website, which is called the CD Bunker, Bunker, and it's a website I've bought from before. They have a lot of bootlegs and a lot of Beatles stuff, so you can take you quite a bit of time to go through all their Beatles stuff by itself, let alone other stuff that they have. So if you're into any kind of Beatles CD bootlegs or whatever, you might want to just check it out to see what they have, because they really have a great amount of stuff. And they've been a reliable company. They've always sent me everything pretty promptly, and I can't fault them for anything. So now this is the first one I got, which is called Help, Alternate Help. And this is by that Dutch company. You can see a pair on the bottom corner, which identifies them. And the CD says it's for promotional use only, which I didn't notice before for these pair CDs. So if anybody, I know there's some people out there that know about these Dutch CDs. If you could tell me whether all these have promotional language on them, or if they're still in business, or, you know, whether or not we're just seeing these that are, you know, they're not being printed anymore. I would like to know that too, if possible. So you get 31 tracks on this. I'm just going to tell you a couple of them. So you get Help Take Two. You get The Night Before, which is a BBC session, which is interesting. More Echo One. You've got To Hide Your Love Away. Different version of Ticket to Ride. Act Naturally from Blackpool. Take Two of Yesterday Without Strings, and it goes on and on. So there's 31 tracks. There's some live versions of stuff. Shea Stadium, Help, Act Naturally, Ed Sullivan 65. So it's a pretty good CD. So I like them. They have a good sound quality to them, so I've been buying them. Now this is the second CD I bought from this website, and this now is the Abbey Road alternate, and it's also by the Pear Group. And this also has a promotional use only on their CD. I actually like this one just a little bit better than the Help one. It's got a solo version of Come Together, one-to-one rehearsal. It's got some overdubbing of Something. Maxwell Silverhammer, Take 21. Oh Darling is an alternate lead vocal. Octopus's Garden is a rough mix, a different vocal from Ringo. And Here Comes the Sun is different. And I Want You, She's So Heavy, sung by Paul, which is really good. So Me, Mr. Mustard, a different ending. And so there's 34 tracks on this one, and I really like this one a lot. Now here's the third one I got, which was not necessary, but I thought it was kind of a different way of listening to Beatles music. So they put all of the non-album singles on one CD. Of course, that has nothing to do with the compilations, but, you know, I guess the singles, when they came out at the time, that were never put on albums. So it's kind of a different way of listening to Beatles music. So I thought I would pick this up. So there's 24 tracks on it, starting with From Me to You and the early stuff, She's a Woman, and then, you know, of course, I Want to Hold Your Hand, I Call Your Name, I'll Get You, Day Tripper, Get Back, Revolution, Lady Madonna, Paperback Writer, let's see, I think Rain's in there. Yeah, Rain, I'm Down, Don't Let Me Down. So this is a good, kind of an oddball CD to listen to. And then the last one I got from them, I have not listened to yet. It's a stereo with the Beatles. Now, I don't know if I need this or not. At the time I bought it, I thought I did, but I'm not quite sure now, but you can give me your comments on this. So I'll show you the CD first. This is also another promotional Odeon. So this is what it says. This is a very limited collector edition of 500 copies of the original stereo version of the With the Beatles album, reprinted here with the original German cover. These stereo mixes were not issued on CD before, as EMI chose to release the CD versions of the first 4 Beatles albums only in mono. In addition to the 14 LP songs, there are some bonus tracks that were recorded by the Beatles during or at the time of this LP sessions, and they're listed below. So I know there's more CD version, stereo versions out now, so maybe I don't really need it, but I haven't listened to it. I don't know what the sound quality is, but here is on the on this side, from track 15, these are the other additional tracks they're talking about. So that's the CD section, selection that I bought for this month of January. And I paid, they had a sale at the CD bunker, and it was 20% off in January. So that's why I picked up 4 of them, and they were essentially, you know, $15 a piece. So by the time I get the 20% off, and of course you have to pay for shipping and whatnot, I paid $59.92 for these, which is essentially $15 a CD, which I'm okay with if it's something that I think is interesting. So I hope you found those CDs interesting. And now I'm going to move on to the vinyl that I bought for this month. Now, I have to thank Andy Nichols from Two Legs, who mentioned on one of his live things that he does that this website called You Discover Music apparently has a January, you know, after season 50% off sale. So he bought a couple of things, and so I thought, oh, I'll go take a look. So there, lo and behold, I did. So the first thing I got from them is the Ringo Starr I Want to Be Santa Claus album. I haven't opened this up yet. I haven't had a chance. So I paid $13.99 for this, which I thought was a real good deal. I mean, this is not a record I want to pay $30 or $40 for, but $13.99, that works for me. And then the second one was something that Andy Nichols actually bought too. And when he mentioned it, I thought, oh, that sounds like a good idea. Maybe I should get one. So what it is the McCartney Tug of War, supposedly limited edition blue vinyl. There's the hype sticker. Now, people have seen this before, I know. Most people have. Maybe there might be 1 or 2 people that don't know about it, but probably everybody does. So here's the blue vinyl. That's side 1. Then that's side 2. Now, the other thing I like about this is the inner sleeve. First of all, this is pretty weighty vinyl, which is kind of nice. And the other thing I liked about it was the inner sleeve, because the inner sleeve is real glossy, and it's really thick, heavy paper. It's not the thin thing, you know. This is pretty heavy. So this is one side of it. And there's the other side with the photo of Paul at work. So I paid $15 for this album, and I do want to thank Andy Nichols for leading me astray doing that. And then I'm glad to know about it, because next year I'll be a little bit quicker and go into that website to see what's available. All right, so I'm going to move on to some other vinyl. So I bought a copy of Hey Jude from the record store, which I paid $30 for, and it's the original, you know, Apple. But the reason I bought it is it's because it's in mint condition. The one I had way back when, you know, from way back when is not mint condition. So I decided I'm going to pick this up in mint condition. And there's a plain picture inner sleeve, which was nothing to it, and the outer sleeve, it could be a little bit better condition, but I'm more concerned about the record primarily. I figure I could always get another copy of a outer sleeve if I really want it. So there's some wear on it, but overall it's pretty good. There's some little bit of ring wear, but it's pretty good. So I paid $30 for that. So that works for me. And I bought another album from a record store, and it's a copy of the stereo Beatles 6. This is a 1971, Apple pressing. And this is one of the too many things I'm trying to work on is collecting some of the Apple label stuff in terms of vinyl, both 45s and LPs that I don't have. So this is also mint copy. Everything I'm going to show you record-wise, 45s or any albums, they're all mint. As you probably know, because I mentioned it before, I just cannot buy anything that's not either mint, near mint, maybe excellent condition. That's about the size of it. So if not, it's not in my collection. So now this is the original white picture inner sleeve. And the outer sleeve on this is really nice. There's just, I think, just a tiny little bit of wear in a corner there, but I spent $30 for that, so it's a nice copy of Beatles 6 on Apple, I think. Now, the final album I bought was off of eBay. It's one of the Flag series, which I'm collecting. Unfortunately, I've got too many collections going. I should have maybe one or two, but I got like 6 or something. So it's hard to complete anything when you're stretching your what you're buying out over so many collections, But anyway, so this is the Japanese Sgt. Pepper. Never been played. And I paid, let's see, $45 for this record, which I don't think is bad for a Japanese Flag Sgt. Pepper, never been played. And well, I had to pay tax and whatnot, so it was $57.18 all in all. Now, the other reason I wanted to get it was because of this. It's got the nice obi there. But I've never seen promotional sticker on any Japanese flags that I've ever looked at, which I've been looking at a lot of them over the years, anywhere. So I thought that was interesting. Now, the person on eBay that I bought it from was apparently in the music business. I don't know what he didn't say, but I did email him and ask him, how did he get this copy, a promotional copy, and he just said the EMI sent him out to them or whoever he was working with or for. So it's pretty interesting. So the obi is all that, and it's got the other stuff in there that's supposed to be in there. The original Sgt. Pepper stuff plus the Japanese literature that's always comes with them. So now there's one bad thing to this, I guess, if you want to say bad. Well, I guess I will say bad. On this record, at the time, they put tape on the spine to try to prevent the spine from getting all beat up. So because of that, I took the tape off. It was pretty easy to take off because it was all dried up, but you can see some residue there. And I don't know if I can get that off. Maybe somebody who's a genius knows this answer, but I don't know if I should even try because I really don't want to mess it up because of the promotional sticker, so I probably leave it alone anyway. So anyway, the good and the bad about this, but I'm really happy to have it because it's never been played and because it's got the promotional sticker. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to the 45s that I got. So I bought a couple purple capitals, which is another rabbit hole I am still in the middle of. And I'm more interested in the purple capital. There's kind of two kinds. And so I'm interested in the Starline purple capital. So this one is Help and I'm Down. let's see, you can see the Starline logo there pretty easily. We're talking late 70s, 78, 79, I think, for these. And then there's the sleeve that goes with it. It's hard to see it, I guess, with the glare. There's a little bit of wear there in the, you know, little rip or whatever, but the rest of it is pretty decent. So I got that. And then I got another Starline, which is Penny Lane and Strawberry Fields. And these are mint, never been played either. And that's the other side. And there's a picture sleeve that goes with that. It's the same one. And that was kind of interesting because whoever was selling it at the time was charging $2.49, which I thought was pretty interesting. So those are two purple Capitol Starline records. And I bought them from the same person on eBay, so I got a little bit, you know, a little bit of a shipping discount. So for the Helping I'm Down one, I paid $9.65. The Penny Lane one, I paid $12. And then I had to pay shipping and tax on both of them. So the Help one turned out to be $15.71, which is kind of a bite, but you know, they're mint, so I guess I'm okay with that. And Penny Lane was actually $18.29 because he charged a lot more for that. But I did get a couple bucks off the shipping, so if you're collecting, right? All right. So now I've got another purple Capitol. This one I got from a record store, and I paid $6 for, thank goodness. This is not a Starline one, but it's the other kind. Maybe we can talk about that at some point later on if I can put together something that would be more interesting in terms of information. But this one has got to get you into my life and Helter Skelter. And you can see there's no Starline logo there. And that's the other side. So I happened to be in the record store and found this for $6, and all right. So there's also a different little picture sleeve, outer sleeve I should say, that goes with that, with the Capitol logo on it. And that's a pretty nice shape. So that was my $6 find there. And then I got one Apple 45 off of eBay. Now, the Apple 45s, and you probably know if you're trying to collect these, I'm sure you know, these are pretty hard to get in like really good minty condition. This one was $13.97, and with tax and everything, I wound up paying $20.87. You know, the later ones, the last maybe 4 or 5 that they put out, whether it was, you know, Let It Be, something, those ones at the end, they're easier to come by, Hey Jude, but the other ones from I Want to Hold Your Hand all the way through that they reissued, they're really hard to find at all. They're hard to find in mint condition at all, and they're pretty darn expensive. So I got We Can Work It Out and Day Tripper, luckily. And I got this at a record store too, luckily. And it's in mint condition, otherwise it never would have touched my hands. Actually, this side is, I want to say, excellent. There's a little scuff there. And the other side is mint. So I paid $8 for it, which is a bargain. I tried actually bidding on a Apple 45 last night on eBay, and it went for like almost $50, and that's a little bit out of my price range, so I was happy to get this. Now, the last thing I got from Frank, Mr. Stickermania, who I know everybody knows has a eBay site to buy things off of, and he's got a lot of stuff on there now, like 500 things, so you might want to go and check out what he has. And he had a opened but mint Christmas box. So I picked this up because this has been on my wish list for quite a long time. eBay has one that's brand new for $249 or something right now, and they're going for like $225 to $250 or whatever. They just keep going up all the time, so that's out of my price range. And you know, I've been looking for one, so when he had one that was open but mint, and I trust Frank. He's always on the money about condition, or he'll take it back if you don't like it. I was really happy to get it for $150 with shipping and everything, so thank you to Frank for that. And comes with a little booklet. And this side says special thanks to all the Beatles people around the world, which is nice. And it's got all the photo of all the ones that are in the set. And it's got, excuse me, some information from fan club stuff at the time to read, which I haven't read through, but some little information, some other information. They were newsletters that came out. Probably all Frida Kelly mostly. So it's a nice little, here's one Frida Kelly. So it's a nice set, and it's got all of the, they're not in order now. So each one is a different color vinyl. You can only play one side, and the other side says the Beatles on there. I'll just show you one or two in a second. So I know you've seen them before. But it's hard to come by now, that's not going to break the bank. So this one is an orange one. It's the 7th one. And then it has the Beatles in the back. It says the Beatles. And you cannot play the back side where it says the Beatles. And each of them have the Beatles in the back, so I guess you know which side is which to play. And here's the 6th one. That's clear. That's got the Beatles. So they come in a range of colors, all very nice. And this one's a kind of a green, lime green one. That says the Beatles, and then maybe they consider that yellow, I don't know. So anyway, each of them are colored, different colors, and I'm really happy to have this. This is a real treat for me because it's been on my wish list for a year now, at least a year. So that's everything that I purchased for January 2025. I hope you enjoy watching this video. I hope you come back again, and I will see you in a couple of weeks with something different. And as always, long live the Beatles.